welcome back. I'm Mercy at iGaming Africa, and joining me is none other than Frank Deya from Betcoin. Hello, Frank. How does it feel to be here today?
Hello. It's amazing. It's been very exciting with a ton of conversations with players in the industry from different parts of the world. So pretty excited to be here, and it's been great.
So can you tell us a bit about what Betcoin is and what it's all about?
Yeah, so Betcoin has been in the iGaming space for almost more than 10 years now. We are a sportsbook with a very expansive sportsbook and online casino platform, and particularly we are focused on enabling our players to use cryptocurrencies for gaming.
So can you tell me about how cryptocurrency integration will enhance user experience eventually within the industry, because it's something that's maybe a little bit fairly new, especially here in Africa. So how can you integrate cryptocurrency and actually encourage it in promoting user experience?
Yeah, so pretty much as an operator in the space who utilize cryptocurrencies, one of the things that we've seen is it's encouraged users to have faster payouts. Crypto is fast, and then it's also managed to enable the fees are very low. Beyond that, there's a lot more accessibility to our platform because crypto is pretty much universal, not limited by any boundaries or limits of access to payments. So encourage a lot of accessibility to a wide range of products and services. Yeah.
Before we move on to the next question, there's been a lot of stigma revolving crypto. So what words would you give the people that will actually change their minds when it comes to, because there's a lot of stigma surrounding cryptocurrency and not in the positive limelight, mostly negative, and I guess that's why it's also not so muchly implemented within the continent. So what would you tell people about embracing cryptocurrency as a form of payment within the industry?
Yeah, I would understand where the stigma comes from, because even from the onset, crypto has always been seen as very complex to understand, very technical for the most part. But over time, we've also seen it evolving into kind of getting mainstream adoption. We see people having those conversations with regulators like governments. We see its adoption being streamlined by pretty much user education, and I feel like that is still very key, enabling people to understand the basics of Bitcoin and blockchain fast. If that is done well, as is going on right now, and pretty much also limiting the possibility of scam or bad elements getting into the space, would be a good avenue of pretty much destigmatizing the industry and encouraging a lot more people to utilize it for particularly cross-border trade interactions, playing on platforms like ours. So I definitely feel like crypto is here and it's here to stay. It's a technology that is not going away. So what we need to do is ensure that a lot more people know about it and know about it through the right channels, and see and understand the different sort of usability or applications that they can be able to deploy within whichever the jurisdiction they're from. Yeah, so I foresee crypto enabling this space, the iGaming space, to grow beyond borders by encouraging access, enabling trust, and most importantly, just sort of leveling the playing field. Because when it comes to there's always a lot of I'd say stumbling blocks, because payment method A is not accepted in payment in country B and that sort of thing, but crypto pretty much makes it peer-to-peer interaction method of settling payments and accepting payments and that sort of thing. So the ecosystem to take a very keen interest, adopt it, and pretty much see your market grow as well. Yeah.
What would you think could be the major impacts of actually adopting cryptocurrency within the African gaming market?
Yes, for the longest time, it's always been said that Bitcoin was created for Africa, because we've always been talking about banking the unbanked, and the figures coming in, and that have always been there is that a lot of Africans, for various reasons, for the longest time, have not had a wallet. I'd say a wallet, and that essentially is what they've been saying is that they're not financially included in trade and that sort of thing. Now that now being out of the picture, I feel like now regulators need to encourage the adoption of this technology, because it will allow a lot more people to be included in terms of trade, accountability, access to financing, and everything in between. So ideally, I feel like it's something that should be encouraged, but at the ground level, a lot of education and awareness needs to be done, so that people have the right information, utilize the right channels and platforms, and operate within the system that would protect them from bad players or actors in the industry. But overall, I think it should be the right right step in the right direction by infusing technologies like blockchain and cryptocurrencies.
Absolutely. That was very short and sweet, but very informative, and we hope to hear more from you within the industry, so that at least it can get embraced within the Africa market, and hopefully we see it grow. Thank you so much for sparing some of your time and being with us.
And I really appreciate you having me here, and thank you.